Hey, it's Jeff with ID10T Garage, and we're back out here working on the 71 Torino. In this episode, we've got a lot to do. So we're going to go ahead and get under the car and do some seam sealing that we've been missing out. I'm going to go ahead and do a couple other things. I think I'm going to try to, there's some holes in the A-pillar, in the windshield area on this driver's side that I need to patch up. I'm going to go ahead and put the fenders back on the car. We're just going to do a whole lot of different work, get the temperature sender adjusted, and we might even take it for a test drive, so just wait and see.
I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with meaning. I'll do what I love till my heart stops beating. I'm feeding this demon. Got a taste, can't erase bitterness in my face. Work a job every day till your dreams fade away. Like a card, never change, play the game that we say.
Hey everybody, we're back out here and we're about to cut my dash up. You ask why? It was because I'm designing a custom gauge cluster that no longer uses the AC control. So I'm designing a relocation bracket. So let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm simply going to cut the stereo size out. Stuff's a little janky already, so I don't really mind cutting this up. But that's kind of what we're up to. So I'm going to do this real quick, and then we'll start seeing if we can get our bracket to fit. Well, I got another 3D print going for the actual control relocation bracket. Found a couple of little issues, so we had to adjust some things. So now we're going to work on this. Well, per usual, my camera I'm pretty sure shut off in the middle, but I cut this out, patched it, and welded it, and took a flap disc to it, so we at least don't have a big hole right here now. So, just kind of double checking it. I'll need to maybe grind it down a little bit more, but looks pretty good. Hey everybody, we're back out here. 71 Torino project that we need to get to work on. So, what I'm about to do is try to change out the thermostat sending unit. So my temperature sending unit for my gauges, for these new gauges I've got in here, it's a necessary evil because I don't know if it's accurately telling me anything from the stock gauge. So we definitely don't want to deal with that. We want to have accurate temperatures so we don't overheat or think we're overheating for that matter. It's a little bit different setup. It's got its own ground wire on it, which usually it grounds to the actual housing, but we're going to do that and see how it records. I don't know if it's going to record really well, but we're going to start there and see where we go. Alright, it's a tight fit, but I got my sending unit in there, got my ground wire and my signal wire all hooked up and tested. Just kind of grounded out to the battery for now. I don't know if I'll change it or not, but it is working. We are getting temperature readings. I highly do not recommend doing this with all these tubes on because it is a tight squeeze. It's really hard to get that thread in there with that 3/8 inch NPT. Maybe it's just I got big hands, I don't know, but it's really tough getting that in there. Just hard to screw in, but it's in there, so we're working. Now on to something else. Alright, after much debate and a little bit of laziness, I've got that thermostat unit in, and I'm going to jack the car up, and either I'm going to start sealing the underside, pretty much getting all my things kind of hammered smooth and ready to seam seal. That way we don't have any water getting into the frame rails and other spots that where we're welded down to, or I might do an oil change. I don't know yet. You know, it's just all stuff. So I'm going to get it jacked up pretty good, and I'm going to put it on the wheel chocks. That way I have plenty of room to work. So let's get to it. I don't know if you guys are going to see this on the time lapse, but whoo, did it shift over quite a bit on me. I had to jack this side back up and move this chalk in more because it was getting real dicey. So, but as you can see, I'm getting stuck on wires in here and can't get away. I'm going to just kind of see, I got this thing jacked up a whole lot. So now I have plenty of room to work underneath the car. And try to get some stuff done. Might leave that till tomorrow though. After that little adventure, I'm kind of not really in the mood to get under here and get nasty, but we'll see. Sometimes I just keep going. Alright, this is going to be a little hard, but I'm going to get under here and try to clean up these frame rails and everything. I'm going to do this so we can get some seam sealer on them and make sure that we've got them sealed up as best as possible. That way we don't want any water getting in here where we've to get to these welds or anything like that. So that's what I'm about to do. Probably won't get much time lapse on that. It's gonna be hard to do that underneath here, so we'll just do an update after I get done with it. Like I was telling you guys, it's really hard to see. That's why we didn't really do any time lapse, but we got a nice amount of seam sealer under here, trying to make sure we prevent rust and so on. You know, can only do so much underneath these cars as far as video recording, but we coated it. So hey everybody, we're out here in the garage. What I think I'm about to do is go ahead and start putting the car back together. So we got a lot of stuff done, but we need to get some miles on this car. I don't have a windshield right now, but we still got to get some things tested out. So we go ahead and get to work on that, start putting the fenders back on and see where we go. Let's get to it. Well, would you look at that? It's looking like a whole car again. We got the fenders on, we got the hood on after I stopped doing my time lapse. Things are lined up okay. It's not perfect, but I mean, it's a crusty car. So we're getting things there. So let's say what it is. This is a bad idea. I'm about to drive to Torino with no windshield. I got no seat belts. But I want to see if the speedometer works, so let's go. guys, take two. Woo-wee! You got speedometer! Yeah! Oh, fuck! Hey, thanks everybody for tuning into this week's episode. We got a lot of work done. We got our little bit of welding done. We cut up the dash a little bit. We seam sealed a lot of the underside after doing some cleaning. Got our temperature sender in so our gauge reads properly for our temps. Even took it for a test drive, which was maybe a little bit dicey, but you know, we got it going on. So next week, I'm probably going to do some work on the interior. Probably going to start putting down some sound deadening, start putting our seat belts in, just do a lot of odds and ends. I'm not quite sure yet. It's going to be a busy week one way or another. But in the meantime, like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you want to see, and look at some of my other videos. So,
I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with meaning. I'll do what I love till my heart stops beating. I'm feeding this demon. Got a taste, can't erase bitterness in my face. Work a job every day till your dreams fade away. Like a card, never change, play